I've been thinking long and hard all day about what I want to say about Veterans Day. And all I can do is just be completely honest. We got to do more than just make Veterans Day posts, honor veterans at football and basketball games, and give them a handshake and say thank you for your service, and do these little programs, all of which is good. We gotta pay these people, and we gotta take care of these people. And I'm not just saying that as somebody, oh, you think you woke? No. My father was a Marine. Now, if you know me and know my brand, I always talk about being fatherless. And I was. I'm a fatherless child. But quite possibly, I could have had my father if he hadn't served in Vietnam. My mother often says that my father was a totally different person after he came from Vietnam. She talks about how it just really shook him to his core. That he couldn't talk about it. People couldn't pop fireworks around him. You couldn't startle him. It just rattled him. Like so many veterans. You know, we think about vets that come home and they're missing a limb, or they have something that's visibly wrong with them in terms of their physical makeup. But what about this? What about this right here? To go along with the physical thing. The stuff you bring back over here. We are not taking care of these folks. We're not properly paying these folks. Every time I go down to the VA hospital, and I'm from Mississippi, and our VA hospital is in Jackson. Every time I go to the VA hospital, I do not see somebody in there that I would say is definitely not rich. But I don't even see somebody in there normally that I would say is in the upper middle class of our society. And I live in Mississippi. You ain't gotta have that much money to get into the upper middle class here in Mississippi. And I rarely, if ever, see anybody in there that I can say fits that socioeconomic status. And these people have served their country. My wife's stepfather is a Korean War vet. He recently went down to the VA hospital, and he happened to be on a stretcher. He's completely immobile now. And somebody in there got an attitude with my mother-in-law and told her that we don't serve people on stretchers. And I'm like, what the? This man has served his country and you don't serve him because he's on a stretcher? Is that what you're saying? How do you even say something like that to somebody who has served their country? My uncle, a Vietnam War vet, metal plate in his head, shrapnel still in his body, constantly has problems going down to the Veterans Affairs Hospital. And these are just some stories from me personally. There's countless stories on the internet. I think one of the branches of the military tweeted out something one time about, but basically how has service affected your family, and something to that effect. And all the comments with these families, these people just saying what the military, what service in the military did to their family. It was just saddening. Now, somebody out there is saying, well, that's why it's called service. Our warriors are selfless. It's not about the pay. It's not about the benefits. Man, forget that stuff. We got to stop this mess where we're asking the folks who do the most important jobs in our society to be selfless. The teacher's supposed to be selfless. You're supposed to just love the children and deal with the stress and deal with bringing your work home with you and deal with getting treated like a dog in the classroom and the underpaid because you're supposed to love the kids. Our warriors are supposed to go over there and risk their bodies and their minds. They literally kill people for us. They kill people on behalf of our government. And they're supposed to just be selfless and come back here and, oh, we got to have programs to get them a job. We got homeless vets and jobless vets, and we got folks dealing with PTSD, but it wasn't about the benefits or the money. It was about service to your country. We don't ask doctors to be selfless. We don't ask those Wall Street bankers to be selfless. When we out here needing loans to start businesses or to get homes and cars, they're not being selfless. But we're going to ask the warriors to go be selfless. When they come home, they shouldn't expect much from the country because they serve the country. They shouldn't expect the country to serve them. What kind of BS is that, man? We got to stop this. Like I'm saying, this is straight up personal for me. See, I'm a father. I take care of my wife and my kids. But I really believe that it's a great possibility that if it wasn't for my father getting improper mental health care when he came back home, my life probably be totally different. And I can imagine what so many other families would say. They probably got the same story or worse. Because I'm good. College graduate. My wife, college graduate. I'm in the Mississippi middle class. But I'm basically putting, I need more. I got to do more because I'm trying to take care of my whole family. Maybe if my father wouldn't have gone through so much, maybe he would have been more part of our lives and all this could have been different. So this is personal. So think about all the families throughout this country who have these personal stories. We got to start taking care of these folks. We got to start properly paying these folks. I don't know what the number is. I'm not an economist. I know for teachers, I say we need to start with $100 grand. I was a teacher. So I know for me, maybe $100 grand would have kept me in the classroom. But for these warriors that go out here, they shoot people, they get shot, they come home with mental scars, physical scars, whatever the number is, to properly pay these people so they won't have to be coming back home and be jobless or not getting proper health care, all this, be homeless. That has to change. Don't support a politician that doesn't really support the vets. They can shake hands and smile and say, God bless our vets and all that crap, but you better go check their voting record in Congress. See if they are supporting these bills to really help these vets. And if they are not, don't vote for them. Put them on blast. I don't know what else to say. Happy Veterans Day to all the real ones out there. We appreciate you. Because I know, without y'all, China being here tomorrow. Y'all being invading us in the morning. So I appreciate y'all for what you do. And lastly, for y'all government officials, don't send these men and women to unjust wars. Their job is tough enough. Don't send them to unjust wars. Don't send them on BS missions. Make sure if you're going to put these people's lives in jeopardy, make sure it's to truly protect us.